power. It has built empires, shaped civilizations, and destroyed countless lives. For as long as humans have crowned kings and queens, history has shown that beneath the golden crowns and royal robes lies something darker: ambition, paranoia, cruelty, and an unquenchable thirst for control. Today we'll journey through time to uncover the top 10 most dangerous kings and queens in history, rulers whose names echo through centuries not for their wisdom but for their fear. Prepare to step into the world of blood, betrayal, and power without mercy. This is World in 10. Number 10. Mary I of England, Bloody Mary. England, 1553. The kingdom trembles. Mary Tudor, the first queen to rule England in her own right, inherits a nation torn apart by religion. Her father, Henry VIII, broke from the Catholic Church. Her half-brother, Edward VI, spread Protestant reform, and now Mary was undo it all. At first, the people cheer her name, but soon that name would turn into a whisper of fear. Determined to restore Catholicism, Mary begins a campaign of brutal persecution. Protestants are hunted, tried for heresy, and burned alive. Entire villages gather around the flames as men and women are tied to stakes, praying for mercy that never comes. In less than 5 years, nearly 300 people die, including bishops, scholars, and ordinary citizens, all because of faith. The smoke from these fires gave her a title history will never forget: Bloody Mary. Her reign, though starred, cast a shadow over England that would last for generations. Number 9. Rana Vellona I of Madagascar, the Mad Queen of Madagascar, 1828. On the island of Madagascar, a queen rises from obscurity to absolute power. Rana Vellona I, cunning, ruthless, and deeply paranoid, ascends the throne after her husband's mysterious death. To secure her rule, she orders a purge of rivals, nobles, advisors, even distant relatives. Thousands are executed. Her obsession with preserving the island's independence turns deadly. She bans Christianity, expels missionaries, and subjects converts to torture and death. Her law of purification forces citizens to prove loyalty through deadly rituals, walking across red-hot coals or consuming poison to test their faith. Failure means death. Under her 33 years rule, forced labor, famine, and violence become daily life. Historians estimate the population of Madagascar dropped from 5 million to less than 2.5 million. Her people called her the Mad Queen. Yet to her, it was all for order and purity, a reign of terror hidden beneath a royal crown. Number 8. Catherine de' Medici, the Black Queen of France. France, 16th century, a land drenched in blood. Born into the powerful Medici family of Italy, Catherine marries into French royalty and becomes queen consort to Henry II. But it's after her husband's death that her true power begins. Behind the velvet curtains of the French court, Catherine becomes the mastermind, the Black Queen, who manipulates kings, plots against nobles, and plays deadly games of religion and power. Her darkest legacy, the Saint Bartholomew's Day Massacre in August 1572. Under her influence, thousands of Protestants, known as Huguenots, are hunted and slaughtered across France. Men, women, and children die in streets as church bells ring through the night. The blood runs so thick through Paris that even foreign ambassadors are horrified. Catherine's reign is one of poison, intrigue, and fear. A queen whose intellect and ruthlessness made her one of the most dangerous women in European history. Number 7. Ivan IV of Russia, Ivan the Terrible. Moscow, 1547. A boy becomes Russia's first Tsar and its first tyrant. Ivan IV, later called Ivan the Terrible, begins his rule with promise. He expands Russian territory and reforms the government. But as paranoia grows, so does his cruelty. He creates the Oprichina, a secret police loyal only to him. Dressed in black, riding dark horses, they bring terror wherever they go. Towns are burned, nobles are executed, and thousands of citizens vanished without a trace. In 1570, Ivan orders the destructions of Novgorod, accusing its people of treason. Men are drowned by the hundreds, women and children slaughtered in the streets. In one moment of rage, Ivan even strikes his own son dead, a single blow that would haunt him for the rest of his life. When Ivan died, Russia wept not out of sorrow but out of relief. His rule carved his name into history as one of the most brutal monarchs the world has ever seen. Number 6. Leopold II of Belgium, the butcher of the Congo. He wore a crown of gold built on rivers of blood. King Leopold II of Belgium never personally visited the Congo, yet his shadow loomed over every village, every family, every body. In 1885, Leopold claimed the Congo Free State as his personal property, under the guise of philanthropy and civilization. What followed was one of the darkest chapters of modern history. Villages were burned, men, women, and children were forced to harvest rubber under brutal conditions. Failure to meet codes meant hands cut off, a gruesome message of punishment and control. Between 10 to 15 million Congolese died during his reign through starvation, forced labor, and execution. Photographs of mutilated victims shocked the world, but Leopold dismissed them all as exaggerations. He died in his palace, unpunished, and Belgium mourned him as a king. History, however, remembers him differently, not as a ruler, but as a monster in royal robes. Number 5. Empress Wu Zetian, the Dragon Empress of China. In a world where women had no place in politics, one woman defied them all and ruled with unmatched cunning and fear. Wu Zetian rose from concubine to empress and finally emperor of China, the only woman in Chinese history to ever hold that title. To reach the throne, she eliminated every obstacle, rivals, lovers, and even her own children. The palace halls ran with whisper of poison, secret executions, and disappearance in the light. She created a vast network of secrets, secret policy to spy on ministers and nobles, ensuring that no one dared challenge her. Those who did were exiled, tortured, or forced to take their own lives. Yet her reign also brought prosperity and order. Trade flourished and the arts thrived. But beneath the glory, Wu Zetian's iron grip turned fear into loyalty and loyalty into silence. Her brilliance was undeniable, her methods unforgettable. Number 4. Caligula, the Mad Emperor of Rome. Rome, AD 37. The empire stands at its peak, and on its throne sits a man consumed by madness. Gaius Caesar Augustus, better known as Caligula. At first, the people adore him, young, charismatic, charming, the perfect emperor. But within months, his rule descends into nightmare. He declares himself a living god, demands worship, and humiliates senators in front of crowds. He spends fortune on bizarre spectacles, appoints his horse as a council, and orders random executions for amusement. Historians tell tales of Caligula laughing as a man were tortured or ordering entire families killed to silence grief. The city of Rome becomes a stage for one man's instant insanity, where cruelty is entertainment and power is divine. After 4 years of terror, his own gods turn on him, stabbing him to death in his palace. But the legend of Caligula endures, the emperor who proved that absolute power does not just corrupt, it can drive you mad. Number 3. Henry VIII of England, the king who killed for love. England 1509. A young and handsome king takes the throne, ambitious, passionate, and adored by his people. But Henry VIII's hunger was not for war or wealth, it was for love and a son. When the Pope refuses to annul his marriage, Henry breaks away from Rome, founding the Church of England. In doing so, he plunges his nation into religious chaos that will last for centuries. But his love life soon turns darker. One of his 6 wives, Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, are executed by his order. He accuses them of adultery and treason, but historians suspect that charges were political, convenient excuses to rid himself of wives who no longer pleased him. Under Henry's rule, enemy vanish, friends become prisoners, monasteries are looted, and England learns what it means to live under a king who answers only to himself. He began as a symbol of hope, ended as a tyrant feared by all. Number 2. Catherine the Great, the Iron Empress of Russia. She overthrew her husband in a coup and ruled an empire that stretched across continents. Catherine the Great, intelligent, charming and ambitious, modernized Russia and expanded its borders, but her rise to power was built on manipulation and betrayal. Her husband Tsar Peter III was overthrown and killed under suspicious circumstances just days after she seized the throne. While Catherine cultivated an image of enlightenment, her rule was anything but gentle. Peasant uprisings were crushed without mercy, and rebels, like Emmeline, were executed in gruesome fashion. She expanded serfdom, deepening the suffering of millions of peasants, while the nobility prospered. To the world, she was Catherine the Great. To her enemies, she was death wrapped in silk. From palaces to prisons, from crowns to chaos, these kings and queens remind us of a simple truth. Power in the wrong hands is the most dangerous weapon of all. They shaped history with blood and fear. Yet their stories survive not as lessons in glory but in warning. So next time you see a crown glimmer in gold, remember the darkness that once hid behind it. This has been World in 10. If you enjoyed this documentary, leave a like, share it with history lovers, and subscribe for more stories that shaped the world, one truth at a time.